How ruthless was Brulin in her pursuit to kill Luo Feng. Apart from dispatching thousands of star-level warriors, she even arranged for 12 warships to besiege him, ultimately unleashing 12 laser cannons to bombard him. Despite Luo Feng possessing the universe-level second-order MO Cloud Vine, he couldn't withstand the concentrated bombardment of the 12 laser cannons. The scene rewinds several hours earlier when Luo Feng, to evade the pursuit of the Black Dragon Mountain Emperor warrior group, traveled on foot. Even so, he was eventually surrounded by the group's warships. Forced into a corner, Luo Feng decided to fight his way out, relying on the universe-level second-order MO Cloud Vine he possessed. With the powerful attacks and defenses of the MO Cloud Vine, Luo Feng and his companions slowly made their way towards the direction of Trix Mountain to break through. Fortunately, just when it was most critical, the warships from Trix Mountain finally arrived. With the appearance of Trix Mountain, Luo Feng was naturally able to temporarily escape danger. After all, the strengths of the Black Dragon Mountain Emperor warrior group and Trix Mountain were evenly matched, and they would not easily engage in battle unless absolutely necessary. After being rescued, Luo Feng voluntarily handed over the first passcode to Ming Yu. Ming Yu warned Luo Feng, hoping they would redeem their rewards and leave the interstellar battlefield, as the major forces within the small world were already at each other's throats, and a conflict with Trix Mountain might occur in the future. The speed at which everyone redeemed their rewards was also swift. On the Black Dragon Mountain Emperor warrior group's side, they obtained 2 passcodes, with the only missing one in the possession of Trix Mountain. The despicable Mr. Wu had already made arrangements, publicly announcing to everyone that all the rewards had been exhausted. If they wanted to obtain the rewards, they would have to resort to the most primitive means of competition. There were no rules other than those of the interstellar battlefield. On the other hand, negotiations were ongoing between the Black Dragon Mountain Emperor warrior group and the Mountain of Access. Although Hogreave held 2 passcodes, he still couldn't redeem the treasure individually. The purpose of the negotiations was to hope that the other party would compromise, otherwise, no one would be able to gather all the passcodes. The old man was also very cunning, as he directly ordered Brulin to use force to seize the passcodes. Upon receiving the order, Brulin ordered all the troops to attack the Trix Mountain headquarters. This time, the Emperor warrior group spared no expense, unleashing multiple D6-level railguns to bombard the Trix Mountain headquarters. After being hit by the railguns, the main warship suffered severe damage, forcing Luo Feng and his companions to choose to escape from the ship for self-preservation. Ming Yu informed Luo Feng that the 2 major forces had officially declared war, hoping that Luo Feng would give it his all to fight his way out. For Luo Feng, ordinary opponents didn't need to be taken seriously, as the universe-level second-order MO Cloud Vine possessed absolute strength. However, Brulin's move was unexpectedly ruthless. This time, she dispatched 12 warships to target Luo Feng. All 12 laser cannons locked onto Luo Feng, and despite his frantic use of the MO Cloud Vine to resist, even the universe-level second-order MO Cloud Vine couldn't withstand the powerful bombardment of the laser cannons. How will Luo Feng escape this time? Let's wait and see. Anime fans know that Hu Yanbo is the master of the meteorite ink star, possessing formidable strength that has reached the immortal level. However, he was killed by enemies a long time ago, losing his life. This trip to the Fog Island was actually planned by Babetta as a conspiracy aimed at using the Muya crystal to attract strong individuals from Earth to select Hu Yanbo's successor. The reason why Babetta chose to lure Luo Feng was not only because of his strong strength, but also because of the indomitable spirit and courage he exuded. In Babetta's eyes, Luo Feng was the ideal candidate to inherit Hu Yanbo's legacy. After all, Hu Yanbo was also an indomitable warrior in his lifetime, and his spirit should be inherited by someone equally tenacious. The pressure that Luo Feng felt actually did not come from Hu Yanbo's corpse itself, but from the residual aura left by Hu Yanbo's powerful immortal level strength. Even though it was just a corpse, it still emitted an awe-inspiring aura. This also made Luo Feng more aware that Hu Yanbo must have been an extraordinary powerhouse in his lifetime. The trip to Fog Island was undoubtedly a huge challenge for Luo Feng. He needed to face various unknown dangers while also distinguishing himself among many strong individuals to become Hu Yanbo's successor. However, it was precisely this kind of challenge that made Luo Feng more determined and firm in his beliefs. He believed that as long as he continued to work hard and improve his strength, he would eventually reach the pinnacle of the world. In the subsequent plot, Luo Feng will experience more trials and tribulations. He needs to learn how to control the powerful force left by Hu Yanbo, while also facing enemies who want to seize the inheritance. However, no matter how great the difficulties, Luo Feng will step by step towards success with his perseverance and wisdom. Ultimately, Luo Feng will become the true successor of Hu Yanbo, inheriting his will and power. He will stand at the pinnacle of the world as an immortal-level powerhouse, guarding the peace and tranquility of the earth. And all of this originated from the moment he bravely embarked on the journey to Fog Island. When Luo Feng, under Bobota's guidance, saw Hu Yanbo for the first time, it was Hu Yanbo's first appearance. Although he was already deceased, his body was preserved in a crystal coffin and was in quite good condition. Upon seeing Hu Yanbo, Babetta couldn't help but burst into tears. Perhaps it was because he was too excited to see his master, or perhaps it was because he was overjoyed to fulfill his master's wish. Upon seeing Hu Yanbo, Luo Feng felt quite surprised. Despite his extensive experiences and battles with various monsters, seeing Hu Yanbo's corpse with his own eyes still left him unable to suppress his inner shock. Although it was just a corpse, it still emitted a chilling aura, which was the power exuded by an immortal-level powerhouse. When Luo Feng saw Hu Yanbo up close, he couldn't help but be overwhelmed. He also learned that his shield tower and cultivation techniques originated from senior Hu Yanbo. Therefore, he held great respect for Hu Yanbo. The Ink Star was extremely mysterious, belonging to the category of extraterrestrial civilizations. Even though Hong and Thunder God were Luo Feng's best brothers, Luo Feng never mentioned anything about Hu Yanbo or the Ink Star to them. When Luo Feng revealed his biggest trump card, the Golden Horn Beast, in the interstellar battlefield, how exaggerated were the reactions of the people surrounding him, and how surreal was the scene in the interstellar battlefield. The director and the screenwriter have completely let their imaginations run wild, opening up a completely new original storyline. What was supposed to be the low-key MO Cloud Vine suddenly entered a frenzy, becoming the target of the Emperor Warrior Group, White Tiger Tower, and the Nolan family, and even became a public enemy within the interstellar battlefield due to a bounty issued by the 9 princesses. Apart from Trix Mountain, every force wanted the exorbitant rewards to eliminate Luo Feng and his team. What exactly does Xianji want to do? How will Luo Feng break this deadlock? Audiences who have read the original work should know that in the Swallowed Star world, there is a stacking setting. Creatures of the same realm can unite to challenge creatures of higher realms. For example, a million armored Beetle Clan Lord's attack can match the weakest Seal King level immortal of the human race. There are also specialized universe-level legions active in the outer regions of the domain. At this time, there are nearly 2 million star-level warriors concentrated within the interstellar battlefield. If united, even domain lords would have to retreat. Fortunately, they belong to various major forces and are essentially fighting separately. Even if Brulin's bounty has attracted all major forces to target Luo Feng, each major force will not go all out. Because Brulin's bounty is important, so are the treasures in the castle. Therefore, they will only allocate part of their forces to chase and kill Luo Feng and his team. However, even so, the pressure Luo Feng faces is unprecedented. After all, this is not like the platoon team, disguised as star robbers. It is a team of star-level 9th rank warriors, and their numbers are hundreds of times greater than those of the platoon team. Brulin alone mobilized a large group. According to the setting in the original work, a squad of the Emperor Warrior Group consists of as many as 30,000 people. Adding the 4 major organizations and 16 major families, even if Trix Mountain does not participate, the enemies can still gather around 100,000 people. With such a number of star-level 9th rank warriors, it is simply unrealistic for Luo Feng to break through with just the MO Cloud Vine at the 2nd rank of the universe. After all, Brulin not only has several C2 level laser guns, but also exchanged for 3D6 level railguns. It should be noted that a D level corresponds to a domain lord, and a level 6 railgun is a weapon that can threaten level 6 domain lords. Luo Feng and his team simply have no ability to resist, and even staying on the spaceship is not safe. So how should the main team break the deadlock? After much thought, Luo Feng only has one trump card left to use, which is the hidden Golden Horned Beast Avatar. If the Golden Horned Beast Avatar breaks through to the universe level and cooperates with the universe level 2nd rank MO Cloud Vine, even if tens of thousands of star-level 9th rank warriors come, it will be completely insufficient to kill them. Because both the Golden Horn Beast and the Emerald Cloud Vine are claimed to be invincible at the same level, although the Emerald Cloud Vine has a single attack method, its defense is sky-high. The Golden Horn Beast, on the other hand, is both offensive and defensive. After reaching the universe level, its strength will undergo a qualitative leap, and it will comprehend the Golden Domain under the help of its talent. Once these two join forces, they can probably directly confront any force within the interstellar battlefield except for the Emperor Warrior group. So, to protect the secret of the Golden Horn Beast, how will Luo Feng evade the internal monitoring of the Universal Mercenary Alliance? And how will he deal with the 9 Princesses D6 level railgun? Actually, the platoon team gave us a hint: let Babetta block all signals and make the cameras of the Universal Mercenary Alliance malfunction. As for how to deal with the D6 level railgun, it's relatively simple: just hide underground. These laser-type weapons all have a fatal flaw: if they cannot lock onto the enemy, they cannot launch effective attacks. Going underground onto the water's surface is undoubtedly the best way to evade. This was demonstrated when Luo Feng evaded Li Yao's pursuit in the early days. Once he enters Luo Feng's main battlefield, everything will become controllable. When Babetta blocks the signals, the hooklock form will instantly transform, and that killer maniac will return to annihilate all incoming enemies. It must be said that Xian Ji understands us well. The scene from The Renegade Immortal, where Wang Mo kills people and creates a scene of corpses raining down, is still vivid. It's unknown how many viewers were excited about it. Now, Luo Feng is probably going to recreate this scene, but instead of being accompanied by Su Xian, it will be Babetta. So, it's a little less romantic, but a little more bloody. But only with such crazy actions can it be worthy of Babotta's question: are you crazy? Honestly, this is the best plot development I can think of. It not only fits the current trend of the plot, but also sets the stage for Luo Feng to subdue Baikalo later. Combining the current trend of the plot, it's needless to say that the storyline of subduing Baikalo is because, in the original novel, the Golden Horn Beast has no role after battling the platoon team. Gold Horn Beast's next appearance, already able to stabilize universe level, it rank and even having battle power comparable to Nolan Mountain's Baikalo, has a significant power leap, which would feel very abrupt. If the anime allows the Golden Horn Beast to appear within the interstellar battlefield and join forces with the Emerald Cloud Vine to wreak havoc, it would undoubtedly greatly reduce the abruptness when the Golden Horn Beast surpasses Baikalo. Moreover, this change would greatly align with the audience's expectation for excitement. There's nothing more exhilarating than intense battles, and the trope of the protagonist making a comeback, while cliché, never gets old and is always a favorite among viewers.